dies.
Yo, time for something way more fun than actually playing the game. Dissecting gameplay. But first, I got a hot pink body myself. Alright, let's see here. I did it. A lot of fuck ups. I remember seeing them like, thought I was being clever, for example, trying to kill the gnats with my musketeer and stint, but that stint wasn't needed. You should only answer things once and not more. Is Indilpa here? Indalpa?
Masters, prepare to duel.
Wait, I didn't press the right button.
The Inquisition has failed. So should you.
Defense Mancer, I like
Let's
that.
go.
Indalpa, say something in chat! Maybe you don't have an account, so you can't chat, so your only way to talk to me is global chat, so I'll go there.
I will stalk the stalkers and kill the killers.
Alright, that's what I thought. Okay, good. Too bad you won't be able to respond to me during this. I'm here in Dalpa. I have the presence of mind to understand these things.
Let's go.
Get it? Presence of mind. POM.
If it can bleed,
Let's go.
Actually, I'll lower this by half so I know. That's a bit much. Alright. Game starts. Here's my hand. The kind of things you want to start with in a match is, of course, if you have blood imps, sure, go for it, whatever. It forces the enemy to play like 2 mana, or 3 mana, or 4 mana for your 1 mana, and by forcing the enemy to play something, you allow yourself to answer that by countering them, so you win the exchange. Here I have these, which you don't always need to play as an answer after they grab both bridges. This, which is an answer at the start because it dies to a lot of 2 cards once it's crossed. For Lancers, I like the Lancers because they shove each other onto the bridge, but of course you don't want to start with capping 1 bridge for 4 mana. I was being a bit hasty. I mean, I decided to play Tantrum Throwers first because 1 mana for each bridge, obviously, but mostly because the Blood Imps are afterwards. So whatever they play, I can pretty much kill that with 1 mana and then get the game going. I try to get the game going because I'm overconfident in myself, and if the game starts, then I can start playing.
the light protects.
Good luck, good luck. So here I know that's there. I'm over eager with my Blood Imps. Most people have a Grenadier. It's very likely he has a Grenadier or a Stint in his hand, which would kill my Blood Imps and make them entirely useless. But first game of the day, so don't be mean. They end up actually winning because of a weird shove here. The Grenadier here, even though I know you know that the Grenadier kills the Blood Imps and all that, you should probably put it maybe a tad further behind. Like about here. This distance means that the Grenadier can still attack as soon as he can, but the enemy takes two more steps to reach you, which means your Grenadier is often safer. It's not a bad thing here that you place it so far, but it's a habit that even I need to work on. Where often you'll place your Grenadier so close that even skeletons can kill him, and then you're like, oh shit, why didn't I place it just half a meter away? Exactly, like this. See, I didn't put him on the bridge exactly, I put it a bit behind. That impetus was a good attempt, but impetus should only be used when you bring a Grenadier to skeletons, because obviously a Grenadier one-shots imps. So now, Stint doesn't kill Grenadier if you spawn a Stint on top of a Grenadier. I don't think it even kills it if they both run at each other. So here my options are wait until Grenadier hits face and then put Stint in the corner so he doesn't aggro because his aggro range is smaller. Or I could use Stun Lancers on the bridge, but then the Grenadier gets one hit in, which deals a tremendous amount of damage to these two idiots that barely have health, so I'll wait. The trap meant I didn't have to put it in the corner. Alright, so now I'm ahead. I got both bridges. The enemy is... The early game of all of our 2-cost cards is pretty much over if the enemy isn't answering anymore. If he had had Tantrum Throwers there, that would have been good for him. He could have played Tantrum Throwers, and I would have answered that with Stun Lancers on a bridge. So he pays 2 to force me to play 4. That would have been good on him. I don't know how much mana you have at this point actually, so I don't know how big of a play this is. Let me check. I assume you played it at 10 mana, but if you didn't, that's a mistake. Maybe I'll watch from your POV and I'll comment my mistakes because I know how it was. The impetus there is something I make mistakes too sometimes with. That it's good that you try because it makes you used to it. Alright, so here you are behind. Wait, you know I've used my Grenadier. You know I've used my Stint. You know I've used my Imps. So you should have really used your Skeleton Horde here. Skeleton Horde is one of the better pressure, board control tool in the early in solos because of two things. One, barely any card beats them at an equal rate. You need a Grenadier to kill a single lane, and it takes the Grenadier a while, even then, so even then you win by playing Skeleton Horde. Then in the other lane, the enemy needs to play Stint or Elite Swarmer, and even those also almost lose to Skeletons, and they take forever to step on the bridge again. So, Skeleton Horde is a very powerful tool in 1v1 when you wanna grab both bridges, especially if you know that the enemy no longer has Grenadier. I would have been forced to play Stun Lancers once again in one lane to even the board, which opens me up to getting attacked. So right here, you should have played your Skeleton Horde almost instantly as the Stint was reaching your trap here. To get yourself back into the game. This is not how you get yourself back into the game. You know that I've pretty much played as many units as you have, so you know that I also have mana. We both have mana in this game. So you know that I have a ton of mana. If you're able to have like 9 mana here, you know I'm about at 8 or 9 mana. Next. Being the first to play is almost never correct because strong units or all units have more value on your side of the board than they do once they reach the enemy's side of the board. The reason is, once your units are on the other side of the board, it is much cheaper for the enemy to answer them. For example, this monkey, he could be dealt with over here for like 3 to 4 mana. Meanwhile, I have 1 to 2 mana to re-grab the bridges with, or do nothing and bank for later. Then you played this too early. If you're behind and you wanna build back up your board control, you need all the advantage you can have, and that is banked mana. If you're gonna play a big unit at the back like that, you absolutely need to have 10.5 mana, or else it's pointless. If you wanna go back in there with a huge unit and try to fight your way through, you have to have all the mana. This gives me too much mana advantage. The monkey will take a while to step on the bridges. Your skeleton would have probably cancelled these 2 XP ticks. But I understand why now. For your Fang, you want your Fang to have spirit and growth. That's why you didn't play your skeleton horde. That's why you played your Fang, right? But that's one of the big downside of Fang. You force yourself to play suboptimally because you want to force your Fang to have all the buffs you want. The XP here is far more valuable than some health on Fang. You know I'm gonna be able to handle Fang no matter how much health he has. Anyway, so here after Fang, if you had waited to 10 mana, by the way, you would have had enough mana for aimbot. But I guess it doesn't have 60 tech yet. Alright, so here you've committed a lot, and you know I'm gonna be able to answer that with my own 10 mana. So what is your next play? You should, if you're committing a lot to a unit like that, you need to pierce through and make sure you have like a spell or strong range unit to help. Because on my side here, see it from my point of view, I'm also a person playing the game. I see a Fang coming, I have 10 mana. These were played at 10.5 mana. And obviously I'm Slither, so I can easily deal with those. Those were played at the absolute back, the slowest I could. I was hoping for them to call Slither bound, to call Slither bind. What is it called now? Oh, to have Slither bind onto my Berserker Prowler, so I could easily deal with Fang. But the Slither bind went onto my Daggerfall. I was thinking about using Daggerfall, but nah. So here I did struggle a bit. I played this trap trying to kill the Marine and the Gnat. But it's pretty hard to time because of the spawning, the stealth, the Lancers coming, the range. I don't know how fast Fang really moves, so I should have placed this way more over here to kill the Gnat, but I also didn't want the trap to target Fang before the Marine, so yeah, that was a pretty difficult play that I failed. Now Marine, Musketeer, this guy is an obvious answer. 2 mana to kill 1.5 mana for a bridge. I always assume bridge are worth 1 mana most of the time. This will barely kill this, by the way, because Fang has so much mana and I had to play so early that Diona's not even attacking. At least he targets the Musketeer, which triggers a parry and riposte. Alright, on your side now. It's pretty hard. I'm probably back to Grenadier now, so you can't really use your Skeleton Horde anymore. This trap is annoying, but at least you own the bridge. You probably need... So here's the thing. Grenadier doesn't instantly kill Skeleton Horde, as I said earlier. So your play here is probably to wait until this Tantrum Thrower is about halfway through the bridge and then play Skeleton Horde on top of that. Then you hold onto your trap, you hover over it here, wait until I place my Grenadier because you know I will, and then you kill it. As for the bottom lane, well, you just gotta wait. So right now, place your, well, not right now, about now, place your skeleton horde here and then hover your crossbow trap to kill my grenadier. Well, now that you have 10 mana, if you reach 10 mana, it kind of means that you've conceded the board control for a bit, which isn't really good to do this often this early, but you're not that far behind, so I guess it's okay. But if you're at 10 mana, it's usually because you want to build up another push starting from behind, rather than fight for bridges. So of course the biggest unit you have now is a aimbot to build a push off of. You really don't want it to lose its shield, that's for sure. Aimbot alongside the skeleton horde would be a nice push. I would wait a bit before playing aimbot. Probably, yeah, aimbot in the pocket to kill all that. The musketeer probably won't even reach it because aimbot with nats deals a ton of damage. But doesn't mean you can't do this. Base aimbot bottom with a stint up top. Stint will easily kill this tantrum, he won't die to that. And then stilt will also shoot the musketeer and tantrum from the bottom side, so you make sure that your aimbot is supported. Then while that's all there, you'll probably play skeleton horde in the middle, while still conserving your trap to deal with my grenadier. So here, don't leak, make sure you play. Did you play in time? No, you leaked 1 mana. You should never leak mana. You should have placed your aimbot first and then your stint in the center here. Since you've waiting till 10 mana, you kinda stopped caring about the middle and you started building a push. You know I'm gonna kill that because I'm also sitting on mana and you have a lot to deal with. If you play aimbot, I don't have anything. You know I just use my trap. Maybe I have a spell. Yeah, you're right. Maybe I do have Scratillery. So that's probably why you didn't want to play that. Let's see here. I would probably add a Elite Swarmer. Nah, I don't know. This skeleton horde is tough because this trap kind of messed you up. The skeletons take a while to walk back and all that. Alright, so here's your aimbot finally. Should have been one of the first thing you play. Grenadier here, play your crossbow trap instantly. Don't let it. Yeah, that's fine too. But traps. If you have the opportunity to use a trap to win an exchange, I highly suggest you do. Because this trap even here is gonna last a while, unless I catch it. Well, place it here and then it will last a while. It's only 1 mana. You need to use your 1 mana over 2 mana to achieve the same goal. The Elite Swarmer here won't be able to tank very much anymore. Yo, Fault or anyone, can you check in global chat if he's still here and listening? And if you can hear me correctly and all that. Actually, should I go see it myself? Yeah. Okay. I'll continue. 1:06.
Let's fight.
Damn, that's fine.
No one will
Alright, so Grenadier here instead of the Swarmer. Probably could have used your Blood Imps to kill my Blood Imps, because you know I just used my Grenadier. I used that because I was probably at 10 mana, and I used my spell to deny the bridge grab. I'm not saying it's 3 for 2 and then 1 for the bridge. I'm only saying because it spawns a Slither Bound, it keeps me under control. It's not all about mana cost. And it allows me some Slither Bound here for defense. And I was probably at 10 mana, and cycling that, keeping the bridge that way was pretty the best answer. This trap is It's decent, I'd say. It really pressures along with the aimbot. I also use my trap, but at this point, when you use the blood imps and the traps that was there and killing all my dudes, I instantly realized that I should stop playing there and let you through. There was no way I was killing all that. So as soon as I saw that, all that, I stopped playing bottom lane. I had to concede all of that through. So instead I went bottom. I actually thought to myself, yeah, I need to play top. Yeah. That's why I said like, yeah, fuck it, Musketeer. Your impetus there will do nothing, no matter how you land it. My Musketeer will always kill all of your blood imps and he will always capture the bridge. There's no way for that impetus to either deny or kill my Musketeer. I think even a Shock Rock wouldn't have killed it, because Musketeer kills at least one in flight and then 2 blood imps would not have the DPS to kill him. So yeah, if you see someone play something, don't feel obligated to instantly answer. If you're not sure about the answer, of course. But it's good that you try Impetus. Impetus, by the way, could have been way often used to defend your aimbot, because every time you use your aimbot, I would defend it with the Musketeer or a Elite Swarmer, and you can shove those away with Impetus. Anyway, Impetus was overcommitting there. Let's see here, I need to let all that through, because I played my Elite Swarmer first, and then my Stint to kill the 2 Gnats, because Elite Swarmer, there's no way Elite Swarmer kills the aimbot by himself. I think. Like, okay, let's do the math. Aimbot has 175 health, including the shield. 175 divided by 25 per attack. I think his attack speed is 2.2, so that's times 2.2 attack speed. That's 15 seconds to kill the aimbot by himself. Meanwhile, Gnats deal 10 DPS, right? So 15 times 10, well 20, that's 300 damage, and that's way more than an Elite Swarmer has. So I use the Stint to kill the 2 Gnats, then kill the aimbot. On your side, you got a Musketeer coming. Musketeer on your side is not threatening very much. Plus you got a Bear Trap, or you can tank the damage with some DPS here or here. The Stint there might be too much. You're already dealing with a Musketeer up top. Don't try too much to enforce this push at the bottom. You know I'm also building back up my mana. You already have this bridge. You won't really stop me from getting it back. You should deal with top lane and then get top. Then deal with my units once they're on your side. And this is too much once again. You just overcommitted bottom. You just overcommitted with Impetus. You overcommitted with the Stint at the bottom. And now you're going bankrupt to 0 mana with a monkey on his own again. This monkey won't be a threat to me. I have what is it called? You know, I have Stun Lancers at least. I have other units you don't know about. But I'll be able to stun it in master range and then DPS it down. I know it's good pressure tool because he's got a ton of mana, of health and damage, but I can handle it. You're paying too much here to get a bridge that you can't really afford. And now you've got a almost full health Musketeer going to stab your face. So instead of paying 7 mana here for 1 bridge and forcing me to play 2, you should have only played 2 mana to kill this Musketeer. Musketeer on phase is no good. Musketeer here on this field is weak to Stint and Marines who shoot him as he arrives. But Musketeer here on face, stabbing your face, is extremely dangerous. He's got very high DPS. I think 70, like an assassin. Boop, boop, boop. Now these Marines are far too late. You're going bankrupt again at 0 mana for Marines that will deal 1 shot only. And this is not threatening. All of these dudes have almost no DPS, so these Marines could have been played in the center after all these units lock on. Although you know I have Daggerfall, so playing Marines in the center opens you up to Daggerfall, denying you bridges. So here, that's the other card I didn't play yet. That's what I decided to use to kill this. Stun Lancers have absolutely terrible DPS, and this dude has like 1000 health. So I'm not gonna use Stun Lancers to deal with that. The short stun is nowhere near enough to make up for the slow DPS. So let's go, Berserker's Rage, OP unit right there. This should have sacrifice 2 for Berserker, not 1. Boop. Deal 3 hits and it's dead. And now I have a very threatening unit along with 2 support units. For the same cost that you paid. Okay, for 1 more cost that you paid for the bridge. What do you play? You played Elite Swarmer bottom. You already had top. And you're kind of behind in mana because of all the plays you've done so far. So if you know you're behind on mana, don't try to control both bridges. It's fine to control 1 of 2 bridges if you want to keep things stable. Don't feel the imminent stress of losing if you only hold 1 bridge. The enemy isn't gaining that much advantage over time. When each person holds 1 bridge, the stress of the game is not on bridge control, but it's on how much mana each player has. So you need to make the best use of mana you can. Alright, here, what do? You got a Berserker that will absolutely wreck your Marines. You know I have Daggerfall. So what you do is you let it jump once, maybe twice even. You have to tank it. You need Shen and your trap. That's the best way to deal with that. Unless you also want to use aimbot here instead of Shen, but it's the same same cost anyway, so it's the same principle. You need to let that through. You need to use one of your either big hitter or big DPS unit along with your taunt trap about here. Because right now, I know most 1v1 players use Skeleton Horde, and I'm hovering my Daggerfall around here. Oop, there they are, and there we go. Now, right here, all you can do is decoy trap your face and hope Diona DPS is fast enough. This Grenadier does help, get 1 fewer hit in, and Grenadier does kill Slither Bounds if they're bunched up like that, which is pretty much always, so Grenadier is good answer for this also. Luckily you get Ruffles there with the mana. Those imps aren't a threat because you'll kill them all. Unless you want to go Shen, but that's way too much. This is too much! The enemy owns both the bridges. The enemy has health advantage. The enemy has mana advantage because you've been struggling to defend here. This is absolutely not the correct time to use a big unit. 5 mana is a big unit. 4 mana is a kind of like a concession to bridge grab. 2 mana is decent for bridge grab fighting. 5 mana is too much. You don't need this aimbot to kill a few measly shitty imps. This only opens you up to me getting yet another mana advantage. I think you use Impetus there, right? No? Okay, never mind. Elite Swarmer and Grenadier are best friends, by the way. But Elite Swarmer is also best friend with Stint. Elite Swarmer and Stint, or Elite Swarmer and Grenadier are also not dealing with the Skeleton Horde. Just saying for fun. Right now, this on my side is kind of getting overcommitting. I'm trying too hard at this point. If I had played well, I would hold back and do nothing. I wouldn't place Stun Lancers on the bridge like that, onto an empty field. That's stupid. I should hold back and preserve my advantage. Sit back and keep what I have. These Stun Lancers can easily kill this aimbot. I'm going all in for no reason there. These Stun Lancers are dumb. And a waste and stupid. And dumb also. This Stint is overcommitting because my brain was still thinking about my Elite Swarmer into Stint to deal with aimbot, but this time the situation is completely different, so I didn't have to do that. a single Musketeer kills an aimbot like that, especially with Diona helping. He probably stabs once or twice. Boop. There we go. That stint was a waste. Right, my stint was a waste right there. Alright, here you let your Stun Lancer hit this guy, but this Stun Lancer hits your monkey? No! Let the Stun Lancer hit your face. Your monkey has way more DPS than Diona, and Stun Lancers barely deal any DPS. Oh, did you save the ruffles with that? Okay, if that's the case, that's good. Alright, bottom lane now. This stint will die to that. You can probably play Shen around here soon with the Marines in the middle to kill the Slitherbound and then go top. Alright, right about now you should have played Shen because you have... Okay, so here's the thing. When it's an empty board and you commit to a 5 mana card, that's you starting a push and doing all that. And that's a big commitment. But if you already have units like this dude on the field, adding a few more big units, especially in the other lane, and allowing your Marines to split up, that's not so much committing because you're securing what you also have, what you already have on the board. So what you plus your Shen was activated. Play your Shen by your tower so that his stun zaps the Musketeer before the Musketeer gets a stab in. So your Shen will deal with the Musketeer. Boom. Now as soon as this guy targets Shen, you place your Marines in the center, pretty much up in front to quickly help the monkey, but also to not really open yourself up to a Daggerfall. I know I just used Daggerfall and I wouldn't use Daggerfall on the Marines there, but it's good practice. Here, check your hand. You can play Elite Swarmer to kill this guy now. Since you've committed 3 mana here, it's not really good to play another 5 there in the same lane and If you've committed 3 to a lane like this, you should play Elite Swarmer to kill that, and then that would put you back in the game in both terms of bridge control and mana. This is not very smart from me. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just fucking around, I guess. But like Razors, they're gonna kill the monkey, sure. I guess I was just trying to pressure by killing your big unit. But this is 6 mana for 5. That's already done its purpose. And well, I guess these are gonna die and pop back out, I suppose. But yeah, these Razor are very bad and stupid. See here, the Musketeer got a few stabs in. Shen would have stopped that. This Elite Swarmer is too late. Plus, if you know that he's gonna fight a unit, there's no point in putting it on top of the bridge. If you know he's gonna fight a unit, place it on top of the unit. You're wasting time by making it travel. Especially against the Stun Lancer who has a long range. Maybe he only could have what a... Maybe the Stun Lancer could have the Slitherbound Lancer could have gotten only 1 hit in, but I'm not sure. This is dead and you should realize that it's a dumb play, so let them through. You can probably tank them with Skeleton Horde on face, or you could even impetus them towards you. Okay, well that's too much there. That's why I played Razor, because I was gonna commit entirely with this. So okay, you know I played 12 mana there. That means I have 0 mana. So you know I don't have enough for Daggerfall anytime soon. And then another Taunt Trap. I was bankrupt there. I didn't have enough for Daggerfall, but that was dumb. I probably had 2 mana now, or 1 or 2 mana. The Skeleton Horde was decent, but you could have played it on top of this guy to both tank and kill. No, never mind. You want to kill the Taunt Trap, right? But no, okay, here's what I would have done, right? The Taunt Trap itself is just a Taunt Trap. So place your Skeleton Horde here to touch the bridge a bit and murder the Berserker Prowler as soon as possible. Then use your trap to kill the 2 Razor here, about here, so that the aggro range prioritizes the 2 Razor over the Berserker, like this. Place its crossbow trap here. Because you kind of know that the Daggerfall's coming after I wasted all my mana. Okay, that Shen was good, because you couldn't really take any more of those damage, but that Shen unfortunately gets his face torn off by the Berserker Prowler. Shen's gonna kill all that, you're fine. You don't need... Oh, see? Shen's gonna kill that. Tantrum Throwers have horrible DPS. They have the same DPS as a single Scrat, so you can consider those as 2 raged Scrats. You didn't need to play that stint. That stint is, once again, paying too much. You should only answer things once. And if your thing is gonna win, well, don't play more. Stint was too much. Yeah, I know you had a purple potion there. That means you could have played your Fang in front of it. Why not? Fang in front with aimbot at the back would have been a great push on your side. I just used Razor and Berserker, my two power units. So really, instead of that stint, you could have played your Fang, supported by aimbot afterwards. And supported by Impetus afterward. Impetus is amazing during a push like that if you had had Fang and aimbot there. But unfortunately you don't play anything with those guys. So that basically means you're abandoning these guys, so they're basically dead at this point. You don't do anything anymore with them, so they're dead. And now you do the same play down there, which didn't really work the first or second time you did it. So this once again isn't great, because you're basically restarting a push, but you already had one going. Capitalize on that one. This could be an Impetus. It's 2 for 2. Grenadier is a very strong card and it's worth killing. But I think I played this so early that fortunately you... I wonder if you could have landed that. Probably, because Impetus really shoves unit far. If you had been hovering, I'm not sure if you had been or not, but with Impetus you want to select the spell in your hand and you want to hold left click on your mouse. Hold it left click while hovering over this corner, because you know I'm going to play something there. And as soon as you see my Grenadier, your brain should instantly release because you know it's a good trade. Boom, dead Grenadier. You shouldn't, spells as a whole, you should always, well, you should pretty much always hover them, which means select them and then click with your left mouse button held down, hover over the enemy where you think you'll have to use it. I get this very fast, the Elite Swarmer. That wasn't as a response to the Impetus, but maybe I knew you had Impetus. I knew you had Impetus, but I don't think that's why I played it. I think it was only to tank. I'm not sure, I don't remember what I was thinking then. Oh yeah, the reason I played the Elite Swarmer is to tank for the Blood Imps, duh. I'm not that smart. Let's see here. Wow, I like this formation. Look at the nice arrow V defending the potion. Aimbot on his own. No, that's not what aimbot is for. Aimbot is such a long range DPS. Don't leave him on his own. Like all range DPS, he's squishy on his own. I can answer him for like 3-4 mana. You're not getting the most value out of him, especially with the gnats and all that. Imagine aimbot behind your Fang there. Imagine the destruction that would cause. And then, well, I can also support my push. You're supporting a push, well, I'll support my push also. I even have a Razor, oh my god. See, I had 10 mana to dump when you had 0. That means this support here was way too overzealous. You were overconfident in trying to help those Marines there. I had 10 mana to dump to support my top lane. Meanwhile, of course, the aimbot is gonna have free reign over bot lane because I'm at 0. But using Marines are not very good anymore, by the way. Their main use is to generate tech, and their main use in game is to split down the lane. You're getting the tech from them, sure, but their DPS is kind of garbo. And then I place this trap there to kill the Marines and Ruffles on his way there. Oh, see here, I overcome. This is stupid. I don't need to pay 6 mana for an already dead stint. I was panicking and I was looking at top lane. I didn't even think Diona could hit an aimbot. So once again, I played 6 mana to deal something that was already dead. This is way too much mana. I could have played a stint. I could have played nothing actually because Diona was killing it. This is 4 mana wasted. But yeah, I could have played my stint afterwards to capture the bridge. Musketeer did not have to be played there. The Razor there were pretty much to support what I had there. I wanted to really pierce through your 8 mana push there. But I didn't have to play that much up top. Maybe I did, yeah. No, Razor did help, I didn't have much DPS, but yeah. This was a bit much. This Musketeer was too much. Down here, sure, Grenadier's fine. Too bad you took so much damage, so now you can't ever play Blood Imps anymore. But here I'd probably... I'd go for a Elite Swarmer in the middle, because you can't take any more face damage. Then Skeleton Horde around here to step on the bridge maybe. Then Stint will kill the Marine, the Musketeer at the bottom. Because I said earlier that the Stun Lancers don't deal much face damage and it's fine, but right now Diona has a lot of weak units to target. So Diona is an invaluable DPS right here, so you can't let her get stunned. Use your meat shield, that is the Elite Swarmer. You know I probably have Daggerfall already, so using Skeleton Horde isn't ideal either. Oh, well, I just wasted that. So I use my Skeleton... Okay, so let's dissect that. I was hovering my Daggerfall here, expecting skeletons. I was being extremely aggro there. I don't have even that much DPS unit on the field here. How do I have Marines? Oh yeah, Razor. But I guess I expected you to play something, so I played that. I was probably at 10 mana, so I played that to kill the Grenadier and get a Slitherbind out. Meanwhile, I played this, overcommitting. This stun trap is not great. You're just applying pressure to a dying person. Alright, Skeleton Horde to kill a Musketeer. This is very risky. Musketeer has a decent attack range, a very good attack speed, and he parries every third attack against skeletons pretty much. Musketeer wrecks Skeleton Horde. He stabs the shit out of them super fast, and then when... The dynamic of Musketeer with Skeleton Horde is that Skeleton Horde slowly approaches, while the Musketeer is stabbing everything like Dr. Livesey in Treasure Island. Stab, stab, and then he parries. Stab, stab, parry. Stab, stab, parry. He barely takes damage from a Skeleton Horde. And I'm pretty sure my Musketeer wins here. Alright, you played Elite Swarmer here. This only makes one Marine turn around while the trap is still alive. This poor Elite Swarmer is kinda gonna get wrecked. But the best you could have done is place it here, so that he devours this guy and then starts DPSing units that are already low on health. Because you try to place it on the bridge, but obviously he's not gonna step on the bridge. You know that. We all know that. That Elite Swarmer is never gonna step on the bridge. Elite Swarmers are fat, kinda fat, way fatter than Marines, so there's no way the Marine's gonna shove him over. Units shoving each other is based on weight, not... it's an intrinsic stat for each unit. Alright, so he kills that guy, he kills the Grenadier. Good. Next, bottom. That Skeleton Horde was bad because I could support this Musketeer. Skeleton Horde doesn't deal with Musketeer very well. Here I played this Elite Swarmer to defend my Ruffles against whatever you might want to try to play here. Luckily you get health from that. This stint was not really needed again, because that stun are already DPS down, but the stint does help the Elite Swarmer deal with bottom lane, I guess. Now, what do we do with all this crap? We need probably a Shen in front, or an aimbot. Aimbot would clean all that, starting from here, going all there. Place the aimbot about here. Or you can place the aimbot top lane to make a push top lane along with your stint to capitalize off of that, because if you're trying once again to play for both bridges, it's not gonna work out very well. You wanna make sure he doesn't lose his shield. I'm not sure the dynamic. I'm pretty sure the Grenadier would have gotten a hit in on that shield, so those Marines I was gonna suggest, but you did that, so that's good. Take the hit for the aimbot, and then that's good! You build off of your push, what you already have going. You have a trap for bottom lane, you got your Fang with his little friend over there. Now, you should be hovering your trap, your spell, your perk 3 now, oh my god. You got your both traps. Impetus. Okay, so what I would do here, I would have been hovering Impetus probably, or my trap. You see this? Your brain gotta do that massive big brain play, right? What you need to do is play Impetus here, and while Impetus is casting, you quickly place your decoy trap here. This will tank the Zerker Prowler with your trap. The Zerker won't even have leapt, and your Fang will be able to DPS down. I would even add another crossbow trap, because using Impetus and decoy like that very quickly kind of does a flash bang of confusion to the enemy, because the enemy needs to readjust their entire game plan to the Impetus. So after you do Impetus and decoy trap, I would instantly put my crossbow trap here. Really capitalize on all that. Lock me down, shut me down right there. This is a power unit, and if you can kill that, it's amazing. So yeah, right now Impetus here, crossbow here, decoy trap here and crossbow trap in the center here. It will help here and zone out the middle. No, don't let it leap! No! Okay, that was good. But now we're kind of at an impasse here. If you had made the Impetus play here that I mentioned, does Fang here have poison? I don't think so. So if you had done the play I suggested, I would have ended up also playing this decoy trap. My DPS is probably stronger than yours here, but with the crossbow trap here... Okay, never mind, fuck all what I'm saying. What you can do now is place a crossbow trap about here, and then Impetus the Berserker Prowler towards your aimbot. Your aimbot is high DPS, using a high DPS to kill units. That would have been insane play. Your brain needs to think of your DPS and their zones of influence here. The aimbot, he's got a huge zone of influence. The aimbot is one of the highest DPS in the game for its cost, especially with the marksmanship. Holy shit. So always think about what threatening units from the enemy you can bring to your DPS. It's very easy to think about that when you have like Rock Rivals or Whirly, and then you bring a Infray towards them. Yeah, okay. Boom, that dies. But think about it also for your aimbot here. You could bring my Zerker Prowler to your aimbot and tank with your crossbow trap in front. That would have been a crazy play. Now what did you do instead? You placed your... Yeah, that crossbow trap's fucked. Because meanwhile, I'm also adding to my ongoing war up top. That Grenadier, he's gonna take forever to reach there. That's deep in my territory there. The Grenadier won't really have time to do much. Plus you don't really have that much committed up top. You committed a Fang, and that's about it. You committed a trap, and the crossbow trap was bad. But you didn't commit that much. I did. So that Grenadier, you could have held back and did nothing. You could have started a Chen push maybe? And then tank with the skeleton, even though I would be hovering. Alright, what do you do now? You know I have Daggerfall, and this guy is too far for you to place there. If you place them there, I'll Daggerfall. What you should probably do is play Shen here, and then absorb the leap with afterwards, with either Elite or Skeleton Horde. Come on, you have to play. You got cards coming. No, you leaked and you played something bad. You knew I had Daggerfall there. My trap here was kinda decent, I must say. What did I play bottom? Oh yeah, this time I only played Musketeer to kill the aimbot. I didn't play a stint. Cause I learn. Alright, well that Shen's dead. Bottom lane wins. Now you need to once again think about building back up. Marines here would kill that. But you know I have a trap ready. These Razor are overcommitting once again. I'm being an idiot with these. I could sit back and do nothing and wait. I felt like you were a bit behind due to the Shen there, so I used my Razor to be threatening. Then I used my trap here. I knew it would die because aimbot cleans everything up and the trap would soon die, but I wanted to get started on the aimbot. A fully shielded and healed aimbot is far more threatening than one at half health. Here, you're kinda boned. You could impetus the Razor towards the aimbot? No, that'd be dumb. You could Fang and then hope to place Marines soon. You could Fang to have the Gnat also shoot and place your crossbow trap in the center to help Fang. Because Fang probably lives through these two Razors, but he's got no health buff, so I don't know. Yeah, well, you're solo on health, you can't be tanking Razor. You need to tank with minions there. Okay, luckily it turned around. And then okay, that's good. That was good. Then you got the health back, that's great. The Marines, yeah, it's paying 3 mana for one bridge, but also applying a bit of pressure. They were fine, but after the Marines play, you need to absolutely hold back. Because I got everything in the world to answer you with. Alright, now I wait until aimbot locks on, and I don't know. Your side, you can start again with Grenadier, get in back into the flow, you'll have decoy trap. Musketeer again to deal with that. That trap was very good, but I see that with the usage of this trap, I understand your psychology. You're thinking too much about delivering phase damage to your aimbot throughout the game. Units should not be used only for phase damage and threat like that. Units should first of all deal damage mostly on your side, then their mere presence means that they are applying a strength onto the board, and finally getting phase damage is often a bonus. Because my premises of skilled play, at least for 2v2, is that two things. Only the bridges matter, and anything can be defended. I placed this Scrubble trap here to help myself kill the aimbot. I didn't even know that Diona could reach aimbot. Or maybe I placed it on this side, I forget. I think I placed it there. Oh no, I placed this trap there, I'm dumb. Okay, well, there we go. So your Grenadier here would have had the help of your crossbow, your decoy trap if you had played these two together to stop this instead of trying for phase damage. Although I am indeed extremely low, and I don't play Blood Imps very much, so I'm not careful at all with my health. Ooh, do you get this 2 mana? I hope you do. No, you don't. These Blood Imps are terrible. You could like almost kill me there with these Blood Imps and some crossbow traps on face. So yeah, don't do this. Don't play Blood Imps like these, like I did. I wasn't aware of my health. Okay, so you know I have Daggerfall. I've been using Daggerfall on your Skeleton Horde this entire game. Daggerfall every time costs me only 3 for your 4. So either you need to wait until after I use Daggerfall to use your Skeleton Horde, or you need to use Skeleton Horde before I use Daggerfall. Get their value before I use Daggerfall. For example, when I suggested that you use Shen here into Horde or into Elite Swarmer. Because the Horde, it will absorb the hit from the Prowler and force me to play Daggerfall. So you're basically getting your 4 mana value from that. Whereas a Elite Swarmer, I wouldn't use Daggerfall, so you're only paying 2. Alright, so your Grenadier here shouldn't have died. Keep your units alive, don't let them die. Shen for top lane to deal damage to the Blood Imps. You can even play Shen way up here, so that Diona doesn't kill the Blood Imps. Well, I fucked up with those. Alright, I'm going all in once again with the stupid Prowler. Because I fucked up with the Imps, so I was expecting me to die there. So I had to go in. But yeah, that is a bit much. There you go. Okay, good point on the impetus there. very smart, but you could play it in the other lane. It's much harder to impetus it to the other lane. If your aimbot is stuck in the pocket, I cannot really impetus it out of the pocket into the other lane. You're welcome. Where's the Of course. I'm always happy to help. Excuse me. I played 10 minutes of game and then I reviewed something for 55 minutes. Oh my god, really? Well, you get your... I won't be as reckless this time. Stab, stab, parry. No, not even parry. Well, I know your deck, so I'm gonna play entirely different now. Oh, this doesn't even fucking kill stint anymore. Ugh. That's playing your Marines, huh? What have we learned? Oh my, that's some value. No, I didn't get top. That's fine. I'll step on the bridge. There we go. Probably do this. Oh, overcommitting. No! My Zerker fucking didn't go in the right lane. Oh my god, this is gonna suck. Fucking Zerker. I need you to kill, not to fucking walk away on your own. You knew I had Grenadier. Can I save it? Yeah. I was gonna wait on the second hit from the Elite Swarmer to see if anything would be played. Here I would go aggro palm, but I'm not an idiot. You should play your Marines in the center. I would hope I get them now. No, well, too bad. Is he gonna do the same thing? Cause I know how to answer it this time. This way. It's much easier. Stab, 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 stab. Oh my god, that Berserker is... Yeah, good impetus, don't want that jumping on you. Good job, Ruffles. What did he have? His imp top? Well. This was the exact same order of operation as last time. It didn't work the first time. Trying to, oh shit, I should have waited on Ruffles. Ugh. Plus I could have saved top Ruffles. This could have died. As if I had to save a stun lancer. The DPS on a stun lancer is garbo. Alright, time for the big 12 mana push, I suppose. Or this. Yeah. I need all the DPS I can. Oh my god. No, that's all gonna die. Can only I could only like prolong the Razor's life. I couldn't save them at all. Should I go imps? Nah, fuck that. I don't want to play imps anymore. I want to split these, but I don't think I can here. Go get it, boy. Okay, well that's probably the Ruffles better die. Okay. I wish I had impetus there, but nah, alas, I do not. Keep an eye out there. Whoop, right here. Yeah. I can't save top. Oh, that poor Shen. Watch this. This will kill it this time. Oh my god, that Prowler leaped so hard that I lagged. Is the aimbot dead? Yeah, okay. I didn't even need— No! How dare you kill Ruffles like that? Unfortunate. Get one bit. This dude is fucking OP. They need to nerf it. Double trap. GG. It's so much easier when you know someone's deck. But sometimes it also makes you guarantee that you lose. Like when I know Dark Crow's deck and I just know that I'm gonna lose, it's very oppressive.
Stand in my way.
I'm exhausted. I'm gonna take a break. Thanks for watching. Thanks for giving me something to talk about.